Hello and welcome to the Economy This Week series of Drishti IAS. I am Ritu and today's session is about all the important economic events which had happened in the past week. And as you already know that this session is important for your GS-3 perspective. Moving towards the points of discussion part. So first of all, we are going to discuss about the manufacturing sector. Then we are going to discuss about the trade gains, US election, because this week we had witnessed the voting of US election, also the result of US election. So we are going to analyze in context of India and overall the US policies towards in economy. And then we are going to discuss PM Vishwakarma scheme and also semicon chip value chain. So is India will become a master in this chip value chain or not? So we are going to discuss all these topics in context of India. And you already know that this session is very important for your prelims and mains examination. So coming to the first topic is about the manufacturing sector. And this is the topic: 41% of workers on contract in formal manufacturing sector in financial year 23 ASI data. So this is the industrial data, annual survey of industries, and that data has shows that there is an increase in the contractual workers. So as you already know that manufacturing sector had a very great role into the GDP creation. But what we can see that here the number of contractual workers are rising day by day. And what's the reason for that we are going to discuss. And here we are also going to have an estimate that how much numbers have risen and what was the scenario post-COVID, because this is the post-COVID time. So trend of contractualization, you already know that trend of contractualization is rising into the manufacturing sector. And so what is the key data we have? So total workers employed 41.61 million across 25,300,000 factories, 3,000 factories, and contract workers. So out of contract workers, so out of here 14.61 million, 5.95 million, 40.7% of the workers are contract workers, which is highest ever recorded. And what is the increase? So we can see that there is a slight increase from the financial year 22. So it was 40.2% to 40.7% in financial year 2023. And what is the trend over the time? So pre-COVID contractual workers were 38.4%. And here what we can see that it was 5.02 million and it has become 5.95 million. So it has nearly a million has risen up. And what it highlights? So it highlights that the post-COVID, the number of contractual workers have risen up. And what is the difference from the regular employees and contractual employees? So regular employees get various of the benefits which any registered employee gets, but in the case of contractual workers, they could not avail those benefits. So this is a very disadvantageous situation for them. And contractual workers get time for us, what you can say, there is a specific time period and there is a specific work, and after that maybe they can be jobless. So this is a disadvantage in terms of the contractual workers. So here we'll come to the data about that regional and gender patterns here. So if we'll talk about the highest contract workers, so Bihar has the highest contract workers. You can see the picture of COVID time, how Bihar and Uttar Pradesh had suffered because of this thing. Then we have Telangana 64.5%, Uttarakhand 57%, Odisha 57%, Maharashtra 53.4%. And lowest contract workers, Kerala has lowest contract workers 23.8%, Tamil Nadu 24.5%, Punjab, Himachal Pradesh and Karnataka. And Delhi only has 12.2% of workers on contract. So this is about the Delhi, that they have 12.2% workers on contract. If we'll talk about the gender composition, here we have seen the regional composition. If we'll talk about the gender composition, so women in workforce, so 18.42% of directly employed workers, unchanged from financial year 2022, indicating that there is stagnation in gender diversity. It means that more women are not coming to the manufacturing sector. And if we'll talk about the overall employment growth, so in manufacturing sector there is a overall employment growth, but there is a growth in contractual workers, not the regular workers. So total employment increased by 7.4% to 18.5 million. to 17.21 million. So it has more than a million, nearly a million it has increased. So what we have understood from all these things, that manufacturing plays a very important role into the GDP. But if you'll see the rise in number of contractual workers, there will be more uncertainty in the economy, and if the workforce is not satisfied, then there will be impact on work also, and it shows the fragile economy. So this is the concluding line of that, why the rise of contractual worker is a concern for any economy. So here we'll come to the data about that employment status. So what we can see that from financial year 18 to financial 23, it has significantly risen and it has become 36.38 to 40.72%. So it has consistently risen, and states with the highest share of contract workers in financial year 23, Bihar, Telangana, Uttarakhand, Odisha. So this is about the annual survey of industries report. So from here we have taken the data. Now we'll come to the second one. The second one is about the trade gains. Trade gains or headwinds, experts debate US election impact on India. So as you already know that US voting has been already done and results have been already declared, and it is likely that Donald Trump will take oath as a president of USA. So there was much debate in the social media, and also so many newspapers had published such kind of the reports that what would be the economic impact on the India, what would be the impact on stock market and things like that. So it's very important that how American policies will impact the Indian economy. So we already know the election context. There was a contest between, there were other parties also, but it has been presumed that it was a fight between the Republican and Democrats, and we can see that Donald Trump had won the election. And what was the expected impact? So many sectors of India, IT, pharma, defense, oil, are likely to feel significant impact from these kind of elections, and there will be the change in government also. Market implications. So there was already implications in the market, and there was already expectation in the market that if Trump will win, and he already won, and it is likely that he will take oath as a president. So there will be the short-term boost for equities due to the business-friendly policies and dollar and else. So Trump, so many economic experts have said that Trump believes in strong dollarization. So it will have a negative impact on Indian economy because the rupee will be not given that priority. So coming to the IT sector, pharmaceuticals and defense and oil. So America first policies may benefit Indian defense suppliers under Trump. So this will be the positive impact. Pharmaceutical, both parties, it means Democrats and Republicans, aim to reduce drug prices. So here we have this, what you can say, Trump government. So there are chances that might be they will not approve much generic drugs, but we are expecting better into this thing than IT sector. So onshore trends under both parties may put pressure on exports. Trump win could benefit Indian mid-cap IT if China's trade status changes. So what we can see that Donald Trump government has this protectionism policies, and if there will be the protectionism policy and India and USA trade is already in surplus mode, but if there will be the protectionism policies in America, there will be negative impact on Indian imports, Indian exports. So this can be a negative impact for India, that maybe Indian exports will be diminished and influence will be diminished. Now we'll come to the next one. So next one is about the PM Vishwakarma scheme. So after Diwali, there is a celebration of Vishwakarma Day, and on to that day, so many people worship Vishwakarma God. So on the Vishwakarma Day, there was an article about the PM Vishwakarma scheme because the government of India has launched this scheme. So here we are going to discuss about the PM Vishwakarma scheme and what is the status of the workers who belongs to the artisan class, that how many workers have registered or not. So here this is the news, nearly 26 million applicants for PM Vishwakarma scheme shows data. So here we are going to discuss about the total applicants. So there were around 26 million applicants who have submitted their application to this scheme, and successful registration 2.37 million after 3-step verification, and Nearly 1 million also registered and they had got this e-voucher of 15,000 to make their equipments modernize and to purchase new equipments also, which can be helpful into their activities and into their occupation. And what is the significance of this PM Vishwakarma scheme? So it enhances the productivity and skill development among artisans and contributing to the preservation and modernization of traditional crafts. So this is about that how much we can see that artisan class are eager to avail benefits under PM Vishwakarma scheme. Now we'll come to the next one. So this is about the top 5 states with highest registration. So Karnataka, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh has highest registration. And what are the top trades and occupation which has got the highest registration? So we have mashan, in Hindi we call it Rajmistri, tailor, darji, carpenter, badhai, barber, nai, garland maker, malakar or mali. So here we can see that these are the top occupation which has registered and these are the top state which has registered to the PM Vishwakarma scheme. Now we'll come to the next one. Next one is about the PM Vishwakarma scheme. So what is this scheme about? So this scheme is about to uplift the traditional artisans and craftspersons who are engaged in various kind of occupation just like Rajmistri, Darji, Nai and any kind of occupation which is related to the art and craft, and they are likely blacksmithing, goldsmithing, pottery, carpentry, sculpting, and this is an attempt to bring them into a part of formal economy by providing financial support to them. So it will be implemented as a central sector scheme, which means that it is fully funded by the government of India and which is the nodal ministry of this scheme. So micro, small and medium enterprises is the nodal ministry of this scheme. And what we can see that what kind of recognition and support they get. So under this scheme, they will get this PM Vishwakarma certificate and identity card, and there will be the collateral free credit support. And what is the means of collateral free credit support here? So the meaning of collateral free credit support is here that if you want to take loan, you do not have to keep your assets as a security. So this is called as collateral free loan, and in first tranche you can give you can take rupees 1 lakh, and in the second tranche you can take rupees 2 lakhs with the minimal interest which is 5%. So this is about the PM Vishwakarma. So we discuss about the manufacturing sector, we had discussed about the PM Vishwakarma. Now we'll come to the next one. The next one is about what you can say Semicon. So here we have a lot of talk on the Semicon conferences which has been highly advertised, which was a part of news. So here we'll discuss about the Semicon. So this is the news, how India is pursuing self-sufficiency in the Semicon chip value chain. So global partnership. So if you'll see that recently India has signed its MOU with Singapore in terms of the Semicon, in terms of the chip industries, and India positioned as an alternate hub for semiconductor manufacturing amidst the global supply chains concern. So here we are going to discuss about a mission, and the mission is named as India Semiconductor Mission, in short ISM, and this mission was launched in 2021 with outlay of 76,000 crore funding. And what would be the incentive under this scheme? So this mission provides production link and design link to support fabrication unit, design centers and testing facilities. So there are two kind of supports will be given, the production linked and design linked support. And what would be the investment? So rupees 1.5 trillion attracted from major players, Micron, Tata Electronics, etc. So India had already gathered. And what are the challenges we have in terms of this? So first thing is the high cost fab plant. So fab bills, there is a word called fab bills which was in use. So this is a semiconductor company. So India is aiming to have this kind of establishment, but there are few challenges ahead of India. The first thing is the high cost, and fab plant setup cost have escalated from 200 million in 1983 to over 20 billion, and there is also a resource demand. So we do have a workforce, but here we need a skilled workforce, And what we can see that most of our skilled workforce migrated to other countries. So we need skilled workforce for our own country, and also capital also. So high power, and what you can say, we also need water, because chip industry needs water, and India is already into the scarcity of water kind of situation. So this is also one of the thing that this will take time to establish, and it will also take time India to become a semicon icon into this kind of thing. And there is a skill gap. We already had discussed about the skill gap, that we lack professional in terms of these kind of thing. Now we'll come to the another aspect of it. So strength in chip design. So what we can see that 20% of the global chip design talent based in India expanding through ISM incentives, and new electronic design automation tools introduce 100 plus colleges to meet the demand. So India is moving forward into this direction, and we can see these kind of positive aspects to it. And there is also a technique which is called as ATP, assembly, testing and packaging. So it has been suggested by various experts that if India wants to be market player into such kind of industry, chip industry, semiconductor industry, India has to go through process which is ATP, because Singapore and other countries are highly advanced. And in the beginning of their process, they had also what you can say taken support and adopted this ATP technology. So this is very much important. And what is the final outlook? So the final outlook is that India must adopt this ATP designs, because we lacks water, we lacks fund, we lack professionals. In this scenario, we can be hopeful that India can become a crucial player into semiconductor industry, but we need to work on to various areas. And for the beginning, we have to adopt this ATP technology, because ATP method is very much economically friendly, and this is very smooth to go. If we'll apply various advanced technology, it will be very costly affair for the country. Now we'll come to the next one. So this is about the question answer. So what are some of the main challenges India faces in the developing semiconductor fab ecosystem? High cost, extensive power and water needs, skill gap and import dependence on critical minerals, lack of global partnership and limited design talent, high cost and overproduction of semiconductor chips, excessive local supply of critical minerals and water. So you have to answer this. Then we'll come to the next one. What is the primary objective of PM Vishwakarma scheme launched by the Indian government? To provide educational loans to students, to provide traditional crafts and support artisans, to develop infrastructure in rural areas, to provide healthcare benefits to marginalized community. So this is very easy one. You can answer into the comment section. Then we'll come to the next one. Which of the following is a reason the US election outcome has an outsized effect on global and Indian markets, as noted by the Gaurav Garg? So he's an economic expert. So here we'll discuss the few options. The US is a major consumer of Indian exports. The US economy size and global influence. The strong military ties between the US and India. The similarity in economic structure between the US and India. Then we'll have the next one, which is according to the annual survey of industries data for financial 23, what percentage of workers in India formal manufacturing sector were employed on contractual basis? 38.4%, 40.2%, 40.7%, 18.4%. This is very easy one. You can answer into the comment section. And this time I am giving you a homework, because we can see the death of the Vivek Deborah. So you have to search about him and what the notable achievements we have in his name. So you have to answer this, and you have to know about that person, and you have to answer all these MCQs into the comment section. I hope you like this session. If you have any queries related to this session, kindly ask in the comment section. And if you are interested in ISGS Foundation course, you can call on to the number 8010440440. This is the official number of Drishti IAS, because Drishti IAS has launched its ISGS Foundation course at Indore and Karol Bagh branch. So if you want to know more information about such kind of the things, you can call on to the number, and you can also visit to the offline center if you are staying nearby. That's it for today's class. I hope you like this session. Thank you. Have a nice day.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.